All right, so it should be a pretty good day. We have an upper body day uh, focused on pull movements. I got like a couple a couple arm stuff. I think like one tricep thing and then a bench press. But the rest is all pulling movements. Like my main lift is the bent over row. If you don't do the bent over row, this is your sign to do it because it is by far one of the best movements, not only for being a main lift, but you can also use it as an accessory. The bent over barbell row is a king movement. I classified up there with deadlifts, the squats, the bench press, all that stuff because it's just such a king movement and it can build so much mass and so much strength. And people fail to they fail to realize that you're isometrically holding in that hinge position when you're doing it. So not only are you building your back when you're doing these rows with the pull, the squeeze, and that stretch, but you're also while you're doing it, you're sitting in a hinge movement, holding with your lower back, your posterior chain, and those and that and the hamstrings. And if you ever done a ton of bent over rows or really heavy ones for a bit, sometimes the next day you'll wake up with actually sore hamstrings and lower back, which is it's kind of crazy to think about. But if you do break it down, you do realize that you are holding yourself over this weight and kind of fighting it from taking you forward, which what's taking you forward is that freaking lower back and your hamstrings and stuff. So just a cool little tidbit there on the bent over row because I am a massive fan of it. I do not care. I think it should be in everyone's program. I program my clients. I program myself, and I just think it builds a great looking back, but also really strong back. So if you care about either of those, you should throw it in there along with single arm rows. But it's hard to beat that big barbell bent over row movement. So give it a try if you can. One of my other movements on today is called the Medusa pull, and if you look it up, it's kind of hard to find. I should probably make a video about it, which like a short or something, throw on my Instagram so people can see what it is. A while back, I saw a strongman doing it. I don't remember who it was, but he was doing it in his garage gym, and I thought it was really cool. And for a bit, I was doing it on the cable machine until I went to this new gym, and this new gym actually has an attachment for it, for you put it on plates. And all it is like a neutral grip or a really close grip, however you want to hold it. And the weight is directly under you, and you're kind of hunched over a little bit, and then you row. And it's not so much a shrug. You do get some pretty heavy trap work, but then it lights up your upper back to upper mid back. It just lights it up with that squeeze and that pull. And I just think from the weight being directly under you and you kind of stopping it like that, it really works. So if you don't have the attachment, that's okay. Like I said, I was doing it on the cable machine for a long time, and I pretty much just got my like the seated cable machine. I put my feet up pretty high, get that like almost to where the cable was between my feet, and then I would kind of hunch over and then pull through and kind of make it that row, and it works. It works a lot better with that mechanism, like the actual attachment equipment. But the cable work is pretty nice. So if you don't have something like that, you never seen anything like that, then you probably don't have it, and you can just use the cable machine if you want to try it. Especially if you can find a video about it online. So like I said, it's pretty hard. I put it in a couple of clients' programs, and they've had some trouble finding it when they came across it. So I'll probably think about actually making just a sole like short video for it and put it on my Instagram or something. And obviously it's going to be in this video. I'll probably use the attachment as long as it's not being used, or I as long as I can find it. It's kind of just a small little piece and it's in the corner somewhere. So yeah. So I'll look for that and do that and throw that up here. But I just like the last few days have been kind of rocky, and I don't know about you, but sometimes, you get really busy, and I'm obviously you probably get really busy because you probably have work and school or freaking family stuff, kids, I don't know. But the problem is that like when stuff starts stacking up and you get stressed out and whatnot, that's like unfortunately that's one of the best times to make sure that you stick to whatever you said you would do. And if that's like going to the gym, or if that's showing up to a class, or if that's freaking as little as if that's reading 3 pages out of a book, just do it. Make sure you do it. Like, do something that puts you into that, like, it doesn't have to be exactly that. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here is that, say you said that you would go to the gym or you would work out every day or every other day or whatever. Something in life happens where you can't physically get in the car and go down there because you are too busy at work, and you get off super late and your gym closes too early or something like that. Let's take that, and you get home. So instead of completely just saying, okay, I'm going to go either tomorrow or the next day because the next day is every other day and I already had that scheduled, do something even at home that will fill what you said you would do. If that's coming home and doing 10 minutes of some like squats, push-ups, and burpees, great. Do that, because as long as you do something that mimics or just, checks the box that you said you would do in some manner, like maybe it's not the gym, but at least you worked out, this is going to be a compounding thing. So just like putting money in your savings account and it compounds over time, the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. It's the same thing with working out. And I'm sure you've heard this before. And that's with anything in life. And then, like my book example, reading the pages. Say you don't have time to read 3 pages of book out of the book. That's fine. Read some of it. Open it up whenever you have that chance, and then just read up until the time that you don't have. Like, say you have 7 minutes. 7 minutes, and you can open that and you have all that 7 minutes of direct attention for that book. Just read for 7 minutes. If it's a page, that's great. You satisfied the goal in some way. At least you did it. You didn't lie to yourself. You showed up for yourself. So I really think it's important, while I'm touching on that, and kind of like I've been beating myself up because I didn't get filming done because I had the whole computer program or the operating system issue, and then it messed up my SD card, so I couldn't put it in my camera to film. So everything I did over that day and a half, I couldn't film it until that evening when I got my last night's video up. It sucks because I told myself I was going to stay consistent with this stuff, and something got in the way. But what I did differently, because yesterday was supposed to be a video of, it should have been the video of me talking, and then like my normal one talking, and then a lifting, and then an outro, and then I put it up, and then today would have been yesterday's, jiu-jitsu day, where it's just more so just talking. That's what should have happened. But at least I filmed that short thing explaining what happened, and I got it up. So I satisfied what I said I would do, even though it wasn't exactly what I said I was going to do, if that makes sense. Like I was supposed to film my workout and get it up for you guys, and that's not what happened. What happened is I got too late, and I finally got everything clear, and I got the SD card working, but it was too late so to film anything at the gym or anything like that. So that's why we got the one where I just spoke for a little bit, because I got something out no matter what. And that's honestly just the message I'm trying to convey here. And I just think it's important that do what you say you're gonna do. And I know we all slip up. I know you slip up. I know I slip up. That's what happens, because not perfect, and will never be. But when it's in your control and you're able to actually do it, even if you don't have much time, if you're able to do it, I would do it, because it'll pay off. It'll rewire yourself to be someone that does what they say they're going to do and actually follows through. Because if you can't even follow through for yourself, I don't know how you're supposed to follow through for other people. All right. Remember when you're doing heavy barbell rows, to always be thinking about squeezing your upper back. Doesn't seem like much. Just loaded with the 25s. I got 2 of them on there. So this is the Medusa pull. See if I can demonstrate this correctly. So you want to step over it, and you're kind of pulling like this. Probably me doing them completely wrong, but there you are. Okay. Hopefully that was cool. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, we're gonna do a little superset of incline curls and then hammers. I'm gonna do one side at a time, and then for both types. Okay. Oh, these sweet 35s. Here we go. One. All right, I'm gonna do last round standing. Just for the fun of it. Yeah. Okay, so I just finished up at the gym. It's a pretty solid day. As you saw, I was able to get 225 for all my reps and sets, or at least all my working sets, with bent over row. So that's pretty exciting. Like, without any pain in the lower back or anything, no tweaks, nothing like that. And from the footage I saw, it looked pretty smooth. So hopefully it looks like that once it gets on the computer and uploaded on YouTube. So hopefully so I'm trying to talk more during the gym sessions. So I put a mint in. I just love those little peppermints. Like, basically, like during Christmas, I love candy canes. I'd rather have like a hard mint or a candy cane instead of gum. Just kind of, I don't know, maybe it just tastes better. I don't really know why. Anyway, so I'm trying to talk more during the lifting. But the problem is that when there's like blaring music in a couple of the sections of the gym. So there's one main section downstairs, and then there's an upstairs main section, and then there's this like side area where I lift a lot because there's usually less people. It's a little more open, and it has like barbells and stuff like that. So a lot of my footage today is from that area, and I like that. I don't like being in people's way when I'm recording, because with the camera I have to be there has to be some distance. I think just because it's kind of like a wide shot. So with that, I try to stay in that little area, but from that section it's next to, you can like hear the music like it's in that room. So I'm hoping in editing I can bring that down, but if I can't, I will These two guys just walked around my car, so I guess I should probably get out of here. But I'm gonna try to edit out that sound, and then if I can edit out that sound, then I'll be able to post it. I wasn't saying like too much important stuff, but I was like, I just gave some tips. I'm trying to get like more comfortable in talking to you through the lifts and stuff, like when I'm resting and whatnot, just so I can like utilize that. If it doesn't work out, then I'll probably just stick with the overlay of music until I can figure out a time frame here that I can come, and because the music is adjustable. But the problem is like if someone's there before me, they're adjusting the music, I'm not going to touch it because I don't want to be that guy. So, because there's some people that just play the music and they don't have headphones and stuff because they're listening to that. So anyway, I'll figure that out and see if I can figure something else out. So I've tried to play around with editing already, and it kind of brings down the background music, but it's tough to get rid of it fully. So as long as YouTube doesn't flag me, I'll do that, and I hope I can. Or maybe I'll do some just voiceover. So if you'd rather have me do voiceover where I just talk about the lift through it, let me know if you like that, or if you just like the music overlay, kind of like what I've been already doing the whole in my previous videos. So anyway, like I said, great lift. I'm stoked about the 225 barbell row, and that Medusa pull is a little weird, right? So I'm still trying to figure out the proper form when I'm in that with that device, because like I said, for a while I was doing it with the cable, so I already had my own like setup with the cable and kind of felt it out. But the gist of the movement is you are kind of like over the weight, and you aren't quite like at a bent over row. You're more, you kind of go down a little bit for that stretch, but then you kind of come up like you're leaning forward slightly. It's a weird movement, and I still haven't perfected it. I just like that it really targets that freaking area in my back. It's just nice. So yeah, if you can figure it out or find something that has a nice tutorial on it, let me know. But I'm gonna try to figure it out and then possibly make my own tutorial once I get the mechanics down. So I tried doing that, and yeah, it felt as awkward as it probably looked. So whatever. Great in the Kelso shrugs today. I did the leaning on the bench with the dumbbells, but you can use a T-bar row as like wide and just shrug, or one of the machines for it, or really even a trap bar, and you can kind of lean forward. It doesn't really matter. I haven't done it that way with the dumbbells and the bench in a while, so I figured I'd do that, and it was in that second area of the gym. That one's awkward to set up at first, so I saw with that first set, I kind of awkwardly like dove into the bench, but yeah, overall solid work. It is just about 8:30, so I had a late lift today. I organized our office closet today, so time got away from me a little bit because I had some time and a lot of boxes, a lot of organization, but looks really nice in there. So if you probably saw at the beginning of the video, we don't have the filing cabinet behind me anymore, and the flag, so I've moved that, kind of rearranged a little bit. But anyway, so our lift, solid day. I'm gonna get home and get some food in me, and then relax for a bit and probably go to sleep and get tomorrow going. Tomorrow is going to be a It's going to be a lifting day and a jiu-jitsu day, so I'm doing both.